Okay, let's talk about anger. It's one of the most powerful and most misunderstood emotions we all deal with. So, in this explainer, we're going to build a practical guide to not just tame that fire, but actually make it work for you instead of against you.
First things first, let's get one thing straight right off the bat. Feeling angry does not make you a bad person. It is a completely normal, totally healthy human emotion. Seriously, everyone, and I mean everyone, feels it. Just think of it like a signal your body is sending you, kind of like feeling hungry or happy.
But if it's so normal, why can it sometimes feel like a volcano is about to erupt inside of you? Well, the teenagers are kind of the perfect storm, right? Your emotions are changing, you're figuring out who you are, and you're dealing with a ton of pressure from, well, everywhere school, family, friends. That mix can make anger feel especially huge. So, what do you do about it? How do you handle it? Well, let's build your universal toolkit. We're talking about 5 core skills that will work in pretty much any situation, no matter what or who is pushing your buttons. All right, here they are. Step 1, just pause. Before you say or do anything, take a breath. It gives your thinking brain a chance to catch up. Step 2, name it. Actually put a label on the feeling. I'm angry because, that helps you figure out what really set you off. Step 3, channel it. Use that powerful energy for something productive, not destructive. Step 4, be assertive. And that means communicating what you need clearly without being aggressive. And yeah, we'll get into that difference. And finally, step 5, reflect. Later on, when you're calm, think about what went down and what you can learn from it.
Okay, so let's put this toolkit to work. And we're going to start in a place where anger, let's be real, tends to show up a lot. At home with family. Do any of these look familiar? That feeling like nobody gets you, or being compared to your brother or sister, or just feeling like you're constantly being criticized? Yep, these are classic triggers that can make you feel totally powerless and really spark that frustration.
Now, this right here, this is a total game changer. Just look at the power of changing one little word. When you start a sentence with you, it immediately sounds like an attack, and the other person's walls go right up. But when you switch it to I feel, it changes everything. You're not accusing them anymore, you're just explaining your experience. And that is so much easier for someone to actually hear. And here is another huge strategy. Timing is everything. Trying to solve a problem in the middle of a huge fight? Yeah, that almost never works. One of the most powerful things you can learn to say is, you know what, I need to cool down, but I do want to talk about this later. Hitting that pause button and picking a calm time to talk, that's what gets you to a solution, instead of just more yelling. Okay, let's take our toolkit out of the house now. We're heading into the super complex world of school, friendships, and yeah, even dealing with bullying. The social and academic stuff at school, it creates a whole different set of landmines, doesn't it? The stress from grades, that awful sting when a friend betrays you, or the pain of being left out, all of these can be massive triggers for anger. Now, when it comes to bullying, getting this one concept can literally change everything. A bully feeds on your reaction. That's what they want. So the second you refuse to give them that big emotional reaction they're looking for, you start to take away their power. This is exactly why staying calm is a power move. It might feel like you should just lash out, but the true strength in this situation is control. When you can manage to stay calm, use strong body language, and speak firmly, you're sending a crystal clear message. I am in charge of me, and you don't get to have my power. And let's be absolutely 100% clear about this. Reporting bullying is not tattling. It's not a sign of weakness. It is a strategic, smart, and courageous act of protecting yourself. You're just using the resources you have to stay safe, and that is always the right move. So, we've covered the tactics for what to do in the moment. Now let's zoom out and look at the long game. We're talking about proactive habits you can build over time that make you emotionally stronger, so you're less likely to get hijacked by anger in the first place. Look, this isn't about a quick fix. It's about building a stronger emotional foundation for yourself. Think of it like a training routine. Regular exercise, it literally burns off stress hormones. Good sleep is totally non-negotiable. A tired brain has like zero patience. Journaling helps you become a detective of your own emotions, so you can spot patterns before they blow up. Talking to someone you trust, it's a reminder that you're not alone in this. And meditation, it's basically like going to the gym for your brain, training it to find that calm place faster when you really need it. And finally, let's talk about what might be the most important skill of all, being able to recognize when the toolkit you've built just isn't quite enough, and knowing that it's time to call in some professional support. So how do you know? How do you know if your anger has maybe crossed a line from being a normal emotion to something that needs a little more support? Let's look at 3 key signs to watch out for. If your anger frequently feels completely out of your control, if it leads you to do things that hurt yourself or other people, or if it's all tangled up with feelings of depression, anxiety, or feeling really isolated, that's a clear signal. Reaching out to a counselor, a psychologist, or another adult you trust is not failure. It's the healthy, strong, and right next step to take. The biggest thing I want you to take away from all this is that you are not powerless. You have strategies, you have tools, and you have options. Anger is a part of life, for sure, but it does not have to control your life. So think about it. The next time you feel that heat rising, what's the one thing from this toolkit you're going to try first?